safe ka na. Ang iba, hindi na lang mag-compute, they will just look for a citation na 300, at least makaabot siya 300, that would already be safe whatever statistical analysis you are going to conduct. So, the sum of squares is the basis of evaluating the regression model. So, most regression analysis will produce the best model available. But how good is it actually, and how much error is in the model? That will be the question that you are going to ponder on. And to determine and to have the answer for these questions, this can be determined by looking at the goodness of fit using the sum of squares. This is a measure of how close the actual data points are close to the model regression line. So, taman-andain tong 45-degree line or the QQ plot. Dapat, how close tong mga data, raw data sa 45-degree line. Okay. For naman din ako gi-open akong camera. Abli na natin. So, regression. So, you could remember this right away, no? So, the line sa QQ plot, so the dots there are the raw data. So, those lines that did not touch the line and above, they are positive values. And those raw data or dots below it are the negative data. So, the vertical difference between the data points and the predicted regression line are known as the residuals. These values are squared to remove the negative numbers and then summed to give the sum of the squares. No? This is effectively the error of the model or the goodness of fit. Obviously, the smaller the value, the less error in the model. Alaman natin bakit kailangan siya square. Kay negative times negative, mahimo naman siyang positive. Following the rule of algebra, like signs, pag i-multiply, you are going to use the positive sign. So the vertical difference between the data points and the mean of the outcome variable can be also calculated, but we use the APSMAN. We don't need to calculate it manually. So these values are squared to remove the negative number and then summed to give the total sum of the squares. This shows how good the mean value is as a model of the outcome scores. So, the vertical difference between the mean of the outcome variable and the predicted regression line are now determined. Again, these values are squared to remove the negative numbers and then summed. So, ganun kakuti kung mag-manual ka, dugay kay kamahuman ani, no? But thanks to the computer applications, whether just SPSS o ano pang ubang apps na pwedeng magamit. So this indicates how better the model is compared to just using the mean of the outcome variable. So the larger the sum of the squares, the better the model is at predicting the outcome compared to the mean value alone. If this is accompanied by a small sum of the squares, the model also has a small error. So R squared is similar to the coefficient of determination in correlation, in that it shows how much of the variation in the outcome variable can be predicted by the predictor variable. So it is just the quotient of this formula. No? So in regression, the model is assessed by the F statistic based on the improvement in the prediction of the model and the residual error. The larger the value, the F value, the better the model. You will notice that kung sige na kag-analyze, pagtaas gani ang value nga F, most likely significant na siya nga predictors. So, it's because of that principle. So, regression tests the null hypothesis that there will be no significant prediction of the dependent outcome variable by the predictor variables. So, for this, open the practice data for regression. Hindi college success ang gagamitin natin later. So, for illustration lang ito, so say for example, college success, linear regression yung kanyang ginamit. But mamaya ang gagamitin natin yung professional development na data, which already I posted in the classroom, pero kuan pa lang, di pa ninyo ma-download kay wala pa na ko siya. Gisave lang sa nako ang draft in the Google Classroom. Later, pag mag hands-on na ta, we will use that. Say for example, in this data, di ba, usually when you encode, we use symbols. So for this particular example, even in the exam, ibutang man yun ako ang symbol na ginamit. What is the meaning of that, no? So, say for example, college success ang yung gusto i-predict na outcomes. And the independent variables nga gamiton is the SAT, wherein here the SAT scores and the grade point average. And the respondents here are 224 university students. So the ID is the participant's ID, and then the GPA is the grade point average after 3 semesters in college. HSM, so mao ni ang mga grades nga ilang particularly gigamit for college success. So this is the high school in mathematics, HSM. HSS is the average high school grade in science, and HSE is the average high school grade in English. And then the SAT-M, SAT score for mathematics, standardized na siya nga test. SAT-V is the SAT score for verbal knowledge. And then the sex, gender labels not available. So with this, we will examine which variable best predict the GPA, no? First, we will fit a model predicting GPA by high school grades. So, isa-isa sa nila. Asa ba kung magka-improve ba ang model? Then, we will use a model that predicts GPA by SAT scores alone. And then, finally, we will fit a model that uses both the high school grades and the SAT scores to predict GPA. And then, remember also na pag mga modeling na gani, very important ang theory. You should really have a theory to support why is it that you are going to use those variables. Hindi tayo dapat variable dependent na mamili lang kag variable bisag unsa. First really is to think, if you could remember sa inyong quantitative research, think of a dependent variable nga na ay problema. Then after that, you are going to think of a possible independent variable that could help solve the problem. But it should be anchored on a theory. Okay? Lalo na kung aabot ka talaga ng multiple regression. So you start with simple regression. So isa-isa sa, no? So first, does the average high school grade in mathematics significantly predict the grade point average in college? Then, does the average high school grade in science significantly predict the grade point average in college? And then, para you will be able to compare later kung mag-multiple regression ka na, kung which one really would explain better or makapredict ba, mas tako ang iyang ma-explain na variation in the regarding the grade point average in college, which is the measure of college success. So, for statistics, you are going to click the estimates and then the model fit. Then, you could click the Durbin-Watson for the residuals. So, you go to descriptive statistic and check the box plot for any outliers. Remember, we need to kay isa man siya sa assumption. In this case, there should be none. So, na-assess na ni prior, so wala siya outliers. So, for this simple regression, you go to regression. Kalinya ra siya dito sa inyong gigamit before sa correlation, di ba? Kung i-click doon niya, apo dito ang regression. Linear regression and put GPA into the dependent variable or outcome and HSM into the covariates predictor box. Take the following options in the statistics options. So, you have that. Statistics. So, ilan ang i-click mo sa left side? Tatlo, no? For the estimates, you have the model fit. Maura na ang inyong i-click. So, then, you will have an output. So, understanding the output, you will now get the following outputs, no? So in the outputs na mo'y model summary GPA, wala na ko gi-appeal si H of O. So diretso na lang si H of 1, na? So you have the R squared, the adjusted R squared, the RMSE, the autocorrelation, and the yung sa Durbin-Watson. Okay? Here it can be seen that the correlation R between the two variables is high. Tingnan mo, it's 0.965. Remember, ang pinakataas ni Ana is 1.00. Kaya i-multiply 100, 100%. Kani siya almost 100%. The R squared value is also high, 0.931. So kung multiply na ni mo 100, 93.1. It tells us that high school grade in math accounts for 93.1% of the variance in grade point average in college. Implying, importante gid ang inyong background sa high school math based on this empirical data lang, no, nga gi-analyze. So Durbin-Watson checks for correlations between residuals which can invalidate the test. This should be above 1. Okay? Below 1 man yan and below 3 and ideally around 2. In this case, asa man ni okay lang siya kay 1.867, no? Above 1 man siya, so okay lang. Ang ideally gani is 2. So pumasa siya, which is above 1. Kaning statistics for the autocorrelation. And then another output that will be provided during regression analysis will be the ANOVA. So where you could find the F, di ba? Looking at the F, nakuha niyang value kay 3013.501. That's why tanawa yung p-value, it is significant. Di ba? The greater the value sa F, most likely the model is more fit, no? The data is more fit to the model. A residual is a measure of how far away a point is vertically from the regression line. Ipakita mo na nato ganina sa drawing, no? Simply, it is the error between a predicted value and the observed actual value. So, gamay raman kaya itong residual, 116.513. Okay. Unya, taas ang atong F value. So, the ANOVA table shows all the sums of squares, with regression being the model and residual being the error. So, the F statistic is significant because the p-value is less than 0.001. This tells us that the model is a significant predictor of grade point average in college. So, report as F, and then 1 ang DF, and then 223 na residual sa DF dia. So you will have, you write the F value and then the P value. Okay? So consider only the H1 model, di ba? Ang sabi ko, wala na ako gi-appeal ang H of O. The table gives the coefficients or the unstandardized that can be put into the linear equation. So, y, so ang unstandardized ang gibutang is equals to c plus bx. Wala na lang gibutang tong e, which is the error. The estimated dependent outcome variable score. C is the constant intercept. And then we will have the b regression coefficient. And then x score on data. For example, kung ang score niya sa math is 80, the GPA is kay naman yung intercept, mo na yung constant 0.908 plus ang iyang coefficient, asa man yung gikuha si 0.208. Na-addre sa iyang unstandardized sa HSM. So, kung 80 yung grade sa math, ma-predict niya most likely pila yung grade sa college. It is 17.55 dito, gilagay. Most likely. So, further assumption checks, you take the following two options. Pag abot sa plots, you could click the residuals versus predicted and the QQ plot standardized residuals. Katong mga drawings ganina, no? Para makita niyo mo visually also. The graph on the left side shows the residual versus predicted. It is a balanced random distribution of the residuals around the baseline, suggesting that the assumption of homoscedasticity has not been violated. Equal man yung upper or lower, no? So the QQ plot shows that the standardized residuals fit nicely along the diagonal, suggesting that both assumptions or normality and linearity have also not been violated. Gamay na kayang nilayo sa 45-degree line. So reporting the results, linear regression shows that right leg strength can significantly predict kicking distance F. So you have that value using the following regression equation. So you have that for the high school math. If you would like to test the others, you do the same. Mao na po yung gamitong predictors. And if you would like to use multiple regression, then i-in mo tanan. So data entry methods for multiple regression, if predictors are uncorrelated, their order of entry has little effect. So why problema kinsay iuna ni mag-enter dito sa program. In most cases, predictor variables are correlated to some extent lang. And thus the order in which the predictors are entered can make a difference. So the different methods are subject to much debate in the area. Kay pwede man ka mamili dito na kay pwede ang forced entry mo na ang kasagaran ginagamit jud enter. Kaya na magpilian dito. So enter, this is the default method in which all the predictors are forced into the model. Ihurot yun nimo in order they appear in the covariates box. This is considered to be the best method. Manang always ginagamit kay considered to be the best method. So you could also use blockwise entry. So this is hierarchical entry. So here, the researcher normally based on prior knowledge and previous studies. So naadyo kay rich nga kuan RRL, no? The understanding of the RRL decides the order in which the known predictors are entered. First, depending on their importance in predicting the outcome. So dapat ana kay prior knowledge nga ito among all the independent variables mas importante ni. So siya ang una nimo isulod or i-encode, no? So additional predictors are added in further steps. Pero sometimes kapuya naman ang ginagamit lang yun katong enter, no? So you could also make use of backward entry. So what is the advantage or when are we going to use backward entry? All predictors are initially entered in the model and then the contribution of each is calculated. And then predictors with less than a given level of contribution, like P when it is less than 0.1, are removed. Maunang backward kay anak man namon kuhaon niya tanawon unsa na po'y result. This process repeats until all the predictors are statistically significant. The other one is stepwise, forward entry. So the predictor with the highest simple correlation with the outcome variable is entered first. Subsequent predictors selected on the basis of the size of their semi-partial correlation with the outcome variable. So this is repeated until all predictors that contribute significant unique variance to the model have been included in the model. And we could also have stepwise entry. Same as the forward method, except that every time a predictor is added to the model, a removal test is made of the least useful predictor. The model is constantly reassessed to see whether any redundant predictors can be removed. Okay? So, data entry methods, there are many reported disadvantages of using stepwise data entry methods. However, backward entry methods can be useful for exploring previously unused predictors or for fine-tuning the model to select the best predictors from the available options. So, gidiscuss ko lang talaga para you will know what are the different times. Kanaday laing option kasi ang madali manggod is enter. So, running multiple regression, Open College Success, CSV, that we use for simple regression, Go to regression, linear regression, and put GPA. Sorry, giusab na ako nila ang data atong gamiton sa atong practice. This is just for lecture method. So, pero ang proseso is the same lang man. Into the dependent variable or outcome, and now add all the variables below into the covariates predictor variable. Dagan kayo siya predictor, no? So, pila na kabuk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaya ang high school grade sa math, science, ug English gigamit, and then pag entrance niya, nagamit sila og SAT o kaning verbal knowledge. So running multiple regression, ayan, yung mga data mo. So isulod ang imong dependent variable and then enter ang ginamit. Di ba? That is the best, no? Di na ito mag-isip-isip pa kung nabay R or L o what. You just enter all of the independent variables as covariates, and then as explain kanina, you click the statistics, you click estimates, model fit, but now we added the collinearity diagnostics, and then we have the Durbin-Watson's and case-wise diagnostic, and we chose this, na? We added that. I-add na to ang collinearity diagnostics. Kaya basing na i-collinear dito siyang daghan kayo nga variables, independent. You will now get the following outputs. Mauni ang model, no? The model, mataas pa rin ang kanyang R, squared and even the R. So, it can predict 93.7% of the outcome variance. And Durbin-Watson again, passes also kay between 1 and 3. Nakasulod man siya, 1.770. Okay, so ano ba naman, you could see medyo mataas pa rin. It is 647, and that is why looking at the p-value, it is
significant.
Significant, less than 0.001. Yung residual po ng value gamay, 107 lang, 0.146, no? And then for the coefficient, another output nga ihatag. So examining the independent variables, makita nimo ko dire kung kinsa ang naay taas. But first, examine which are significant. So among those independent variable nga gi-enter, only 2 are what? Significant predictors. Si HSM lang, tanaw nimo sa p-value. Si HSM kay kuan man siya, less than 0.001. Og si SAT-M. The rest are greater than 0.05. So, dili sila significant predictors. Duwa lang ang significant predictors. But, based on the F manggod, significant manggod tong F ni mo sa ano ba? Meaning, individually, ang significant predictors, duwa lang. But kung i-combine sila tanan, significant maninoon sila. Meaning, may account, kung i-combine sila tanan, makatabang pa po siya, may imong significant predictor siya sa outcome. But individually, mo na akong giingon nga, kung limited ang kuan ninyo, mas i-focus yun ay, mas dako yun ang effect sa math, at saka yung SAT sa math. In terms of college, success. Depende po sa yung course nga sudlan. Kung mga engineering, mga accounting, unsa man ang course nga nagang math, so most likely kani, wa puta kabalo kung ang iyang kurso lahi, mga psychology or what. So, depende na siya sa sudlan po niya nga kuan. Siyempre, kung unsa tong foundation ang kailangan kayo on the course, will more likely kuan, predict sa iyang college success. Sa inyo, pwede po mo maghimong ni ani sa inyong eskwelahan para sa inyong dawaton. Sa bagyod ang mga basihan for them to be successful in the course ma-ed in PE. Unsa man yung course dito sa yung state U nga nag-offer og PE, what should be the ano. Sa UIC wala pa pod, pwede pod na himuag model among sa nag-PhD PE, unsa ba gyud ang dako ang ilabang masters, unsa pero sa inyo di man dawaton mag-PhD PE ug dili masters in PE, no? PE man jud siguro daugon sa undergrad, basig na uban nga pwede ba mo proceed og ma-ed in PE nga dili PE ang major sa college?
Parang hindi
Kamo ni agi naman gyud mo ma-ed PE.
Parang dili, Doc.
Dili align.
Dili siya, Doc.
Nakaline daw.
Siguro lahi na lang ang siguro i-consider it could be kung sa pabailain kaya nga mga independent factors based on theory na more or less magiging kwan siguro kay sa inyo kana siguro dancer ba, I don't know, kay sa inyong component kailang na man may talent no sa dancing or sa athletics kana siguro ang tanawon. And then also kung naa ba po effect ang iyang verbal kuan kay di man pud pwede mailag mo sayo hindi makaka-instruct. So dapat na pud kay gihapoy verbal communication. So really again go back to theories and RRL, what are those really that could affect success when it comes to being a PE instructor, shall we say, no? Lalo na sa mga incoming na palitan. Incoming sa mga high school grades, ganyan yung tanawon para sa ma-PE. Kanang mo excel, gid ba? Mo succeed. So, those things. Pwede po attitude ang inyong tanawon, particular attitude kaya ang the best would help predict college success when it comes to taking Bachelor of Arts in PE. Should we say like that? No? It would be a good study institution lang dito sa inyong mga eskwelahan. You could make use of that. Namanggit mo mga entrance, diba? Pero usually akong namalaman sa entrance is the scores sila magbase. Pag cut off ani mo score, they can tell you, oh, you can choose this course. Pwede ka ani ang kurso. Ani. Excuse me. Pero kung kuan ang iyang unsa ni naama mo yung sariling indicator. Ing ana ko na bala, I don't know sa inyo unsa ba selective admission mo or general admission sa inyong mga university? Naaman mo yung mga entrance siguro gyapon.
General lang. Mayroong entrance.
General lang. So meaning pag nakapasa bahalag unsang kurso, basta nakapasa lang.
Yes, go.
Okay, so dito na yung selection. Ana man po ang strategy gud sa uban para makakuha students.
Yes, true.
Nya i-probe ka lang, technique man po lang sa university. Nya dito na lang ang retention as they go along na lang na-analyze mga inherent na para sa UIC sa pharma di kay statistic to and isulod sa nya wa kakabot sa cut off nya gusto gyud magperma lang o kuan baliin mo lang ang probe. Even in Ateneo they are doing that. That is really okay naman kay nakuhaon sa nimo ang estudyante pasudlon sa gyud nimo sa imong university. Labi na private ka. Unya, sige lang, kung di siya kakop, ipabalhin sila yung program. Ana ra na sila. You are recommended to transfer to another course. Di kadahin nila buhian. Nga na usually ang mga private schools to hold their students. Okay? So, lain strategy. So, going back, so we asked for collinearity, di ba, na values. So the collinearity statistics, tolerance and BIF ang naadere or BIF meaning variance inflation factor. You check the assumption of multicollinearity. So as a rule of thumb, dapat ang BIF niya is greater than 10 and tolerance should be 0.1. So less than 0.1. The assumptions have been greatly violated. So greatly violated siya, meaning na ay multicollinearity, mga scores mangune. So if the average BIF is greater than 1 and tolerance is less than 0.2, the model may be biased. In this case, the average BIF is quite large, greater than 10, and tolerance is greater than 0.2. In this case, the average BIF is large, around 47. So, maupod siguro to na ang uban wala na nahimong significant because of the multicollinearity reason. Okay? Parehaning SAT-M. Pare-pareho na siya sa HM kay math gyapon ang gina-measure. So, that is why siya. So, careful gid pud ta sa atong mga independent variables nga gamiton. So, in summary, the R-squared provides information on how much variance is explained by the model using the predictors provided. So F statistic provides information to how good the model is. So the unstandardized B value provides a constant which reflects the strength of the relationship between the predictors and the outcome variable. So violation of assumption can be checked using Durbin-Watson value, tolerance or BIF values para sa multicollinearity, and then residual versus predicted and QQ plots. So, how to present a table, in a table, the multiple regression statistical output, UIC style. So, say for example, the research question, muna niya itong i-practice at do teacher motivation and technology competence significantly influence the teaching dili biya po ni mao akong gihimo nga sample karon gikambyo na ko akong data pero sample lang na on how to write the research question. Okay, so panalitan mao na imong gigamit. So the data output na imong gisulod, you could see here na ang gigamit niya is enter or removed. And then you could have these three outputs. Mamani three outputs sa kuan. Aside from that variables, makita nimo kung sa gisulod na independent variables, we have how many? We have teacher motivation and technology competence, and our dependent variable here is teaching performance. So the first output nga mo ibigay ni Just is the model summary followed by ANOVA and then coefficients. So we could see that medyo more than half lang ang iyang no? Ang iyang R squared is only 54.2. May explain sa variance. So di pareha sa kataas ganina sa atong gigamit na mga variables. But it is still significant. Looking at the ANOVA, it is still significant, meaning the combined influence of teacher motivation and technology competence is significant towards predicting teaching performance. And then between the two independent variables, so mas taas si kuan si teacher motivation in influencing teaching competence in teaching performance AI compared to teaching competence, technology competence. Do you agree with that? Most likely, logically, based on sa unsa kawod sa technology competence, wa siya motivation as a teacher. Gyapon mas taas gyud si teacher motivation. Kay bisag di kay siya hawod sa computer, maningkamot man siya in other ways, na? I don't know if you agree with me. Medyo bias ako on that particular area kay dako man jud kaayo gud og kuan. Kung motivated ang usa ka tawo, I do believe in the saying that if there's a will, which is mandated by your motivation, kay kung nakay motivation, nakay will. If there's a will, there's a way. Mangita jud ka paagi mahimo kang effective, di ba? Ma-improve ang imong teaching performance. Okay, that is my bias in that particular area as a teacher. So, in terms of presenting, kung kato imong data based on that, ingani ang pag-present nato sa UIC na sa table. Okay, ingana na table 5. Dili siya ay italicize, bold na siya table 5. Unya, imo siyang i-italicize ang title, dili na siya i-bold. Unya kaning top dapat 2 single lines na siya. Naman na sa border lang tanaw nimo katong duha ka single lines. Unya ang bottom ani dapat 2 single lines pod. Unya din ay pakita ng mga borders. So here is your dependent variable, the teaching performance, and then your columns, you have the standardized coefficient. Ang gigamit dili unstandardized. Sa UIC ang ginagamit manggod is the standardized, not the unstandardized. Okay? So standardized coefficients, the t value you need to reflect the p value and then the remarks. Butangan nimo kung significant ba o dili. And then your independent variables na duha, you need to remember this pattern ninyo unya kay lahi man ang data tong gamiton sa tong practice. Then you reflect your R squared, your F, and your P value. And then you also need to reflect the remarks. Kani nga P value katuning sa under sa ANOVA. Okay? So, in terms of the discussion, I have also a pattern here which you could make as kuan paghimo ninyo unya sa katong atong practice na. So table 5, usually nga nang gihimo man akong table 5 kang pure quantity, pero kung mixed methods pa sini siya, table kuan ni siya. Table 4 lang ni siya kay kuan man. Ang table adili day table 2 ni sa inyo. Kay ang table 1 ninyo kay di ba kung mixed methods, what is the level of or the status of, i-enumerate man tanan ang kuan, i-enumerate man tanan ang imong variables independent. So ang imo na to table 1.1 for your IV1, table 1.2 for IV2, and then table 1.3 for the dependent variable. Kay kuridas naman na sa RQ. So kung sa imong RQ mo po na yung number sa imong table pagabot sa chapter 3. So sa question 1 kay tulo man to dapat imong table kay duha ka IV, isa ka DV. So 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Kani siya kung ideally kung mixed method siya, kay ang question ani maingon naman kag do blank and blank significantly influence mo man na imong number 2. So table 2 ni siya dapat ideally sa mixed method. Sige lang, number lang man na. So paghimo na niyo research ingana na siya. So actually ideally mahimo ni siyang table 2. So table 2 shows that, or table 5 man akong gibutang diri kay kung plain quantity ni siya. Kung plain quantity, di ba, mapansin ni mo, kung plain quantity, katong nag-MA pa mo, isa-isahon maguda yung questionnaire, labi nang nag-SEM ka. Mingon mo kag, what is the level of, in terms of, katong iyang mga enumerator, so first table to, yung number 10 ni mo, mingon mo kag, what is the level of, your second IB, ang number 3 ni mo, what is the level of, so table 3 na to ni mo, table 3 na ni mo, ang imong DV, unya na pa man kay table 4 kay moagi mag-correlation kung pure quantity. Is there a significant relationship between blank? So mao na to imong table 4. Mao ni siyang table 5. Kay ang table 5 sa pure quantity, mao naman tong do blank and blank significantly influence. I'm just explaining this according to you, Isaiah, para di mo malibog. Sa mixed methods dapat table 2 ni siya. Okay? Pero mag-SEM ka, table 5 siya. Okay? So how to discuss? It shows the results of the multiple regression analysis. So first you discuss this singular capacity of the independent variables. So tanawan nimo, you are going to look at the what? Dito sa itaas, katong iyang mga standardized beta value. And be sure that, di ba ingon to, it is just parallel to the sa correlation, no? Katong nasa ibabaw sa iyang standardized beta value. So, i-reflect pati ang iyang sign. So, positive man to, going back, di ba positive man ang iyang standardized value. So, ibutangan yun mo positive, kaya usahay na apo na siya mo gawas nga negative. So, you reflect that point 38, and then you interpret it that it means that for every unit increase in the value of the level of technology competence, there is a corresponding increase of 0.38 in the teaching performance of teacher. And then likewise, in singular capacity, katulad pong second IV, you look at its standardized value, and that is 0.46. Mas taas siya, no? And then it means that for every unit increase in the level of teacher motivation, mas taas ang ma-contribute ni teaching, teacher motivation, kay 0.46. ang iyang corresponding increase in the teaching performance. So after the individual capacity, you are going to examine down the influence of the two independent variables. So notably, pwede ko kamo gamit og laing connecting words na appropriate. Between the two independent variables, technology competence influence more the teaching performance of teachers compared to teacher motivation. Importantly, the combined influence of the two independent variables, technology competence and teacher motivation towards the teaching performance of teacher in elementary schools of Semarang City of Indonesia, kaysa ako maning advising data, is significant. Gikandak niya sa Indonesia, na-publish na niya ang paper. So, is significant. So, gi-reflect ang F value and then the P value. So, therefore, the regression model is a good fit of the data. Meanwhile, kato na pong R imong pukusan, The model explains 54% of the variance of the teaching performance of teacher based on the independent variables explored in the study. Ang imong i-reflect katong sa R-squared, which is 0.54. This means that, kanang 54, di ba? 54% manunta na. No? Amadari. So, you subtract that from 100. Kaya ang kabuuan, 100 man. So, it means, there is still, this means that 46% of the variance of the teaching performance of the teacher in the elementary schools in Semarang City of Indonesia can be attributed to other factors aside from the one used in the study. So, naapay 46%. In other words, katunga lang ang kaya niyang ma-explain. Napadaylaing variables nga importante nga i-consider for teaching performance. Okay, mauna siya ang interpretation sa UIC. So now, you are ready to apply what you have learned. No. Sige. What to do? Write the research question based on the statistical output presented. Present in a table the important statistics with proper label of the table. Write the appropriate discussion and interpretation of the results presented in the table. So karon, I will ask you now, last ba na siya, kaninang atong next na PowerPoint. Kaning. Okay. So for our practice, you are going to download the data provided in the Google Classroom for this activity and save. CSV naman na siya. CSV file na itong akong gi-upload. Pwede pa ito nyo makita na kung saan i-post. Open your JAS and open the CSV file where you save the data for this activity. And then, ang research question ato, do professional development and work values significantly influence the individual work performance of teachers? So, pareho ra. Regression, classical linear regression, isulod, and then you will have that. Na naman tong guide. And then, assure participation today, present in a table. Gitagaan naman tamo kung saan pag-present sa table. And then you also need to discuss and interpret the results. Mao na inyong participation for today. For the assessment task, application nga, audio video, next week pa na ako i-post. So now, wala na yung pangutana, wala na yung bagong niabot.
Naapa, Doc.
Insa man.
Naasa, nag-chat sila sa...
Sukal dito, Doc.
Asa man. Ma'am, ay salamat ma'am na ka. So, di na malate sunod ma'am ha. Sige lang. Better late than never. Okay. So, kinsa pa? Assign kay ma'am sukal dito.
Jackson po, Doc.
Johnson.
Si Sir Ator din po, Doc, pero sira daw yung mic niya po.
Sino? Tanaw na ako sa
Si
people.
Sir Ator po.
Sir Ator, tanaw na to sa people. Ator, Cordova, sa may Ator. Wala lagi siya dire. Wala man siya sa people lagi. Naday sa iwit. Sorry.
Richard Ator po.
So, Richard Ator. Late lang si Ator.
Thank you, Doc.
So, si Taraji. Wag gini abot. Wala na? So, butangan na ginatog absent kay ko. Anong gidron? Alas 9 naman. So, we'll mark absent. And then, sa section 2, dumating ba si Gonzaga?
Yes, Doc. Na ako nag-present.
Sorry, Regil maagad akong gimin. Maagad, wala? Markahan na ako absent. Okay, absent. Maagad. And then, how about Soriaga? Wala? Absent na po ni. So.
Doc, Soriaga present, Doc.
May lagi. Tingog lagi. Joke.
Yes, Doc. Inek ang signal na mo, Doc. Pasensya kayo.
Sinsya. Saan akong kuhan burakog.
Thank you, Doc.
Pero nagkakahol in down. Sige. You go to the Google Classroom. Kung wala na ka, ako na itong i-post itong mga kuhan. As usual, in the activities, ako na ning i-post. Tayo basta i-irog. Tani. Actually, wa pa na ako na-post diri ang activity nga app kong. Lahi nga tutorial ang lessons niyo diri. Actually, na gani diri ang para sa logistic nga PowerPoint. Ang tutorial lang akong gihatag diri. Wala to akong PowerPoint pa. So, analysis, di man mo mag-answer, ani. Ang importante, adto mo sa application. Ang application na dito ang data. So, naka-post na, download that data. Bitaw? Naara, multiple regression nga data. You download it and do what we can. So, 9:00. Kaya ba ang 1 hour? Sa kanilang ipang-interpret ang deadline, ani, pero I would like for you to be able to start ani nga kuan. Pagka 10, I will have the overview. I will discuss with you the overview of the logistic regression. Okay? I'll give you 1 hour for the activity. Dali naman. Dako ragay siguro ng 1 hour. Kuan lang siguro. Pwede na sigurong 30 minutes lang. Ano sa mani? Ay, dili dahil na ang i-deadline na nako sa inyong application is karon kay dako man yung time. Ang inyong deadline dili nako 11:15 ugma. Karon ni para mapugos nga mo trabaho. Karon pero the most good para kuan unyang gabiin ako i-deadline 11:59 pero karon ang deadline ani kay dako matag oras. Sige, you start doing it pag 10:00 mahumanes ko na ay table o kuan. Pwede nimong di sa gyud i-submit pero naa na kay draft tanan para makabalunan ka. And then at least ipakita unya mag-hands on. I will ask somebody at 10 o'clock magpa-show ko tanaw na ko naunsa ang ilang basig na hindi kabalo mo yung atong double thin lines and then how it appears na. Sige. Okay, is there any question before I will let you do the asynchronous activity? Kutob ta 10, 9:06 pa man lang. So you will have up to 10 o'clock to do that. Walay pangutana?
Wala pa man yung
Or
post, Doc,
gusto niyo i-post ako tong akong PowerPoint?
Yes, Doc, please.
Post. Okay, sige. Para dahil sa interpretation na may kopyahan, no? Sige.
Ang data po, Doc. Thank you.
Ang data na sir, kamo ang mag-download nasa application.
Application, wala pa, Doc.
Wala pa siya, Doc.
Ataka lang mo na, i-post na nako. Wala pa ba?
Wala, Doc.
Sorry. Naadi ay, mali si ma'am.
Okay ra, Doc.
Na. Sige ha. So, ang iyong imuon, pari atong gihimo sa akong laing mga estudyante. Sa comments lang sila, mubutang sa ilang link para maka-change pa daw. Kaya once i-submit, burag ako na ang owner, wala na mo mahimo after. Okay?
Yes po.
Yung makarga po daw gyapon sa kuha. Sige. Wala na yung panguntahan na. Ako na lang, ang utang na ko diri is, butang na ko sa activity ang akong PowerPoint. Nga naman yung akong week 10 nga dili man siya mo dako og basta daw edit dapat natinga lagi ko ani siya week 10 dili siya mulahi og kuan murag nilinya siya diri sa dapat di ba dagko man taning litra ani i-edit daw ni nako be check delete na lang. Dili siya mo kuan ba kani akong week 10. Week. Unsa ganina siya na ako week 10. Week 9 di ay akong week 9. I-download sa ang data kuan na lang karon na lang nako kuan yun kay ako sa ang use ni akong lain mo itsura nga akong week. There is material. Week 9.